everyone, my name is Desola. I'm a fashion designer and you are welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Daisy's Wardrobe. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're an existing subscriber, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you've seen my videos before and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and put on the notification bell so that you know when I put up a new video. I'm an African-inspired ready-to-wear fashion designer based here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I've been in business for over 10 years. So here on my channel, I talk about starting a fashion business, starting a ready-to-wear business, starting a clothing brand, being a fashion designer, all things business, all things fashion, and sometimes, once in a while, I talk about my life. So here in today's video, I'm talking about how to get your first 100 paying customers when you start a ready-to-wear clothing brand. So like I said earlier, I'm an African-inspired ready-to-wear fashion designer. I make my designs and I sell my designs right here in my store, and that is what I've done for over 10 years. So in my videos, I talk from my experience of starting and running a ready-to-wear business for the last 14 years. So you're looking to start a ready-to-wear clothing brand, or you have already started a ready-to-wear clothing business, and you're wondering, where do I get customers? How do I get my first few customers to come and buy from me? Sometimes that can be a very tasking question, in as much as people tell you who are your ideal customers, who are your target customers, and all that. You may have a customer persona for your clothing brand, but your persona is not necessarily a human being per se. It's just a persona. So this persona, where are you going to actually find this person? So you begin to think and you begin to wonder. Things are a lot different these days compared to when I first started my business. When I first started, things were very different. There was no social media to market your business or put the word out there about anything. Social media was just for you to say, connect with your old school friends, old neighbors, cousins, and the like. But things have really changed. Then we had flyers, we had pop-up events, we had all those things. But now, 2025, 2026, things are completely different. And you're looking to get customers into your business because you need customers. Customers are the lifeline of a business. A business that doesn't have customers is not a business, it's a hobby. So I would say one of the ways to get your first 100 customers when you're starting a ready-to-wear clothing brand is events. So I would say pop-up events. So when I first started, there used to be a lot of pop-up events. There was even a business, a company that all they did were fashion pop-up events every last Friday of every month. We used to call it Le Petit Marche then, but it's no more now. So every new up-and-coming fashion designer would go there and go and show their designs, and people will come, admire, and even make some sale. So nowadays, they also have those kind of events that people run for designers, fashion designers, different kind of designers to come and show their products. These events are very, very good, especially when they are fashion based, when they are very big, like when I say very big, I mean when they're organized by good, proper people or organizations. It's very good. There's some people that do pop-up events that when you go there and you pay for a booth or a stand, you regret it because there's nobody there. You know, you're like, what is this? But there are some events nowadays that you go for, and they are fashion events, and you go there and you meet people, and you tend to meet your target customer or your ideal customer at those kind of events. So for those kind of events, even if you don't make a sale, it's okay. It's all about putting out the word out there. I always tell people, when someone approaches your business, even if they don't buy at that point in time, at least they know about you. They know about you. You are the one that will look for ways to keep the communication going, keep the connection with them, nurture them basically, so that you will be at the top of their minds whenever they are ready to buy. And whenever they are ready to buy, trust me, they will buy, as long as you're one of the first people on their mind. Another way to put the word out there and get your first 100 customers when you start a ready-to-wear business is word of mouth. So word of mouth is very good. Word of mouth is the oldest in the book. I don't care whatever anybody says, but word of mouth is it. So word of mouth is very organic, and it tends to bring in authentic, legit customers that will not waste your time, customers that resonate with what your clothing brand is all about. And how do you get people to give you good word of mouth? You may be wondering, I'm just starting, I haven't sold anything yet, or I've just sold a few pieces. If you just sold a few pieces, it's good, because you have 2, 3, 4, 5 people, you have their contacts, you have their names. Or even if you don't have anybody, when you get these customers, give them very good customer service, nurture these customers as much as you can. Ask them for, feedback, testimonials in whatever way. So for me, there was a time in my business, even up till now, I still do it. It's not necessarily word of mouth, but it's similar. It's like social proof, basically. I don't have influencers. I don't get influencers to market my business for me, but I use my customers. So I have customers that come into the store and they wear the clothes, they're happy, they try them on before they buy and all that. I have pictures, I have videos of these customers, and I ask these customers before they leave the store, are you okay with me using these images to market the brand? And a lot of them are okay with this. So the thing is that if you're doing good work, people are more willing to associate with your brand. But if you're doing rubbish, honestly, nobody wants to associate with rubbish. Word of mouth can also be flyers, because when I first started, we used to use flyers. Flyers, you don't really use flyers anymore anyway when they're marketing their fashion brand. I can't remember the last time I saw a flyer that was used to market a clothing brand. But back in the day, people used to use flyers a lot. I even used flyers. But flyers are good for events. So when you go for these pop-up events, it's good to have flyers. Flyers can serve as word of mouth, actually. And then you hand them over to people. When these people go home, I went for this event, for example, maybe Fashion Weekend, GC Fashion Weekend, Lagos Fashion Weekend, or any kind of event, basically. If you hand people flyers, under those circumstances, it's okay to use flyers. But standing by the road, handing out flyers to people like we used to do back then, no, not really. But that's also a way of getting word of mouth from people. When people have flyers, they have all your details in it. They go online, they research you, they look you up, and see what you're about. And if whatever you're doing resonates with them, they will buy from you. Even if they don't buy from you, they would refer you to someone that needs what you are selling. So that is another good way of getting word of mouth. Another way you can get your first 100 paying customers when you're starting a ready-to-wear clothing brand is social media. So social media is very powerful. Social media is a make or break. People have used social media to do tremendous things for their brands, for their businesses. It's unbelievable. Having a good social media presence for your clothing brand is very important. Having a good social media page that is up to date, that is consistent, is very, very important when you're trying to get customers into your business to buy your clothing brand. And when you're going to use social media, it's not just posting randomly, just doing whatever. You have to have a strategy. You have to sit down and think of what strategy will be good to promote my ready-to-wear clothing brand on social media. That's a whole conversation altogether. Another way you can also get your first 100 paying customers on social media again, but this time through sponsored ads. So the thing about sponsored ads is sponsored ads can be very, very tricky, extremely tricky. And then if you're not very careful, you can lose a lot of money on sponsored ads. And if you don't know how to do it, because the thing is that you can say, oh, I will do it myself because people are charging too much to do it for me. You can do it yourself, but if you don't know how to do it, you will end up wasting money. If you don't have a strategy, you will end up wasting money. And the thing about sponsored ads on social media is that take it or leave it. It takes time. People will lie to you that it has to be now. No, it takes time. If you want it to work for you the way it should work for you, it takes some time, and not a long time like organic reach, but it takes some time because when you're running ads, you are trying to target people that have never heard about your clothing brand, and you're going to have to more or less introduce yourself to them, creating awareness about your clothing brand. Then you start to market to them. You start to engage them. When you engage them, then you start to look for how to convert them into customers, into paying customers. It sounds very easy. It sounds very straightforward, but sometimes, a lot of the time, it's not as straightforward as people say. And if you're not very careful, some of all these people that market themselves to you as people that can run ads for you, they speak so well and they talk to you so well and they market to you so well that you forget yourself, and then you just give them your money, as in all your money. And before you know what's happening, you're like, I spent so much money and I didn't get any returns. There was no return of investment, or there was no return on investment, basically. So if you're looking to run paid ads on social media, you need to do your findings very, very well. You need to be very careful. And even if you say, oh, I have a friend who is going to introduce me to somebody, you also need to be very careful, because people don't like to share stuff. People like to share information. Some people just give you one name or one person they've never used before, and your money will go like that. So my video for today is done. So those are the 4 ways in which you can get your first 100 customers when you are starting a ready-to-wear clothing brand. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. If you've seen my videos before and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know when I put up a new video. And so I will see you soon. Bye.